Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is your new moon solar eclipse reading. We had a full moon lunar eclipse a couple weeks ago. Then we went right into the 999 portal. September 9th, 2025. That is a 999. That is a massive cycle completion. So we are going through it right now. Things can feel really chaotic and erratic during eclipse season. Things are getting kicked up front and center for everybody to look at all the shit that's been hidden under the rug in their life for 9 years that cannot go with us onto this next timeline, that cannot move forward with us. So you are completing massive cycles, things that once served your highest good that are no longer serving your good. Remember, anything can be medicine or poison depending on how it's used and depending on how it's affecting you. So what's been going on in your life for the past decade that you don't want to carry forward with you into the next decade of your life? Let's pull a few tarot cards, then we're going to pull a moon card. This little starseed oracle card somehow snuck into my moon deck, and I don't know how, but it's a profound message that everybody is getting, and it says wait. Just hold your horses, like my mom used to say to me and my brother when we were kids. Hold your horses. Don't go flying off half-cocked. Okay, those were her 2 favorite phrases. But seriously, simmer down now, okay? My beautiful fire signs, I know you don't want to, okay? I know you feel this. I need you to take a breath and realize that you do not fix the shingles on your house in the eye of the storm. Okay, when there's a hurricane, you let the whole storm pass. Then you reassess. Then you start taking steps to repair. You don't go out in the middle of the storm, in the eye of the storm, and say, you know what? Let's go fix everything that was damaged right now, because then the other half of the storm is going to come through and blow it all away. That's what's happening right now, okay? Eclipse season is intense. I know, and I know. I get it. I'm going through it too. This 3 of Swords it's kicking things up to the surface. That ex from like 5 years ago, why did you have a weird dream about them last night? That's what eclipse season done. It kicks up 222 on the timer. Hang in there. It kicks up the old debris that was stuck in your system, where you're like, I thought I already healed that. I thought I already got over that. Why am I still processing through that? Because that's how eclipse seasons work. You have to make sure that it's all really cleared up. So anything that's no longer serving you is going to be put right front and center in your face. The full moon eclipse came through to kick it all up, and it's uncomfortable, I know. In addition to that, we're also have been going through massive like solar flares, Schumann resonance spikes. Things are kind of going crazy, and it's all happening for a higher purpose so that you can clear out what is no longer serving you, and then you can let the next phase of your life enter. But there's things that have to go first, and sometimes letting go isn't easy. In fact, oftentimes letting go isn't easy. So we're going to talk about some of these cards. You're going to be taking action. I know. You're like, bitch, you just told me to wait. Yeah, you just take a 5 next week after the energies of the eclipse calm down. Then you're going to be able to take aligned action 333 from a place of clarity, okay? And then with this Page of Cups, oh no, this is the Knight of Cups. With this Knight of Cups, you're going to be surprised at what comes through. This is traditionally Knight of Cups, a card of love. You got to love yourself first. Stop outsourcing that shit. Stop outsourcing it to other people. Fire signs, you stay on the pedestal, okay? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you stay on the pedestal, okay? You love yourself so much that the universe has no choice but to show that love back to you, okay? Because you've been through it. With this Queen of Swords, you've been through some shit, all right? You really have, I know. But she doesn't let that harden her, okay? She's still surrounded by an owl, flowers, butterflies. This owl is wisdom, the pain, the trauma of the past, all the difficulty that she's been through. It's given her wisdom. It's allowed her to look at life in a different manner, and it's allowed her to appreciate things differently, okay? Hold on to that. Don't let the pain harden you. You're in a deep healing cycle, and intuitively you know that, and it's a magical kind of balance, but you are walking through a portal right now, and you are being your own inner light, and I know you're bandaged and bruised, and you're like, but when is this gonna end? This week. This is one of the only cards that has an eclipse moon. This is the moon card. Okay, this is clarification. This is confirmation. This eclipse is closing out a cycle, a huge cycle, a cycle that you've been going through for a decade. You are going to be beautifully surprised with the Page of Cups at what comes out on the other side of it. The Ten of Cups, that's what you're working towards. Love, joy, peace, happiness, bliss, prosperity. That is your birthright, okay? I know you're like, yeah, but I'm tired. I know you're tired. This wasn't meant to be easy, okay? Earth isn't easy. It's just not easy. But we are literally God incarnate, okay? We are divine beings in a physical body. And I know that you know that, otherwise this video wouldn't show up on your feed. But here's the thing, not everyone else knows that. Your family, your friends, your coworkers, they're just bouncing around in these energies. You can still ground yourself. You don't have to get sucked into the craziness. You can kind of just stand outside of it. Hermit, go within, be your own inner light. Realize that you are walking through a massive portal. You are completing cycles. You are reawakening ancient codes in your DNA, okay? This is the age of Aquarius. This is the age of awakening. I know, I sound crazy. If this is too much for you, scroll away. But if you're watching this, you're probably already in this, okay? When you walk through a portal, it doesn't feel good. It feels weird. You don't really know what's going on. You don't know what's up or down. Keep going. It's a magical kind of a balance. It's mixing fire and water because you know about the matrix. You know that you're in it. You know that you don't want to be in it. Okay. You know that you're ascending. You know that you're meant for more, but you still have to pay your bills and you still have to go to work. And you're like, what the heck? Like, how do I do this? You're walking a tightrope. I realize that, but you're doing so much better than you realize. And intuitively, you know that when you get into a meditative state, when you do your breath work, when you get out in nature, that's when you exhale and you go, oh, I think I get it. Keep doing your healing, queen, you beautiful Queen of Cups. Keep doing your healing. Healing water, something very healing about water right now this week. Get out in nature, go for a swim, drink electrolytes in your water, put salt in your water. You have the tools, okay? You got to get out your toolbox and use it. Do not send the text. Do not send the email. Pretend we're in Mercury retrograde right now, okay? Sleep on it. Sleep on it. Think about it first. I know you want to send the email. Save it in your drafts and look at it the next day. I know you want to send the text. Send it to yourself. Let it sit. Don't get sucked into other people's crap, okay? Emotions are running high out there. I know there's a lot of craziness going on in the world, and that's how they harvest our energy. That's how they harvest our life force energy. They put it front and center and they say, see, look at all the death, look at all the destruction, look at how horrible things are. I know. And I'm not negating that those things aren't happening, and I'm not negating that they're not horrible. They are. But when you continue to focus on that, you're literally giving your life force energy away to the system. You're giving your life force energy away. Don't do that. Acknowledge what's going on. Breathe. And then shift your focus, because the energy of the problem is very different than the energy of the solution. This is a nice weekend to meditate and contemplate, okay? Go within, get on your yoga mat, calm yourself down. Luck is on your side, okay? Luck is on your side. You are so much more powerful than you realize. Don't get sucked into other people's negativity. This is a great weekend to put your phone on silent, cancel your plans, change your mind, say no. Just calm yourself down, fire signs. I know, you got all this fire energy in you. But breathe through it, okay? Once the dust settles and things start to clear next week, after the eclipse, then we're gonna have the autumn equinox, okay? Things are getting kicked up. They're gonna clear, and then next week you're gonna have clarity, okay? So just hang in there. I do have private readings available if you'd like one. This is Desert Rose. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.